1AB,
or
whatever.
1AB, whatever you can call it, of our little guide to food in Orlando. And this blog is going to be talking about food in the hotels and resorts and also offsite, which will predominantly be on International Drive, which is it's the normal location people will go for offsite food. So that's what we're going to cover today.
And there's lots of it.
There is lots of it, yes. Right, starting with hotels and Disney hotels in particular. They do all have their own quick service, which is known as the food courts. In the value resorts, which is All Star Music, that is predominantly all they have is a food court, and they're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Does the Little Mermaid one? Can't remember what it's called.
Pop Century?
No, the one next to the pop. There's the pop, the two musics, and then there's the Little Mermaid one, whatever it's called. It's the new one, Art of Animation.
Art of Animation.
Is that
that just has a food court?
Yeah, I was going to say, is that
it's classed as a value?
A value, even though it has more room, like suites.
Yeah, it is classed as a value.
Right, so that also only has food court. Sorry.
Yeah. So your All Star Musics, All Star Sports, All Star Movies, Art of Animation, and Pop Century
All values,
and they've all just got food courts. The Art of Animation and Pop Century food courts do have a bigger selection than the All Star Musics. So.
And food court makes it sound like it's a bit rubbish, but they're not. There's loads to choose from.
You do have like your hot food selection. You also have a grab and go section, which will have sandwiches and salads and pasta, like cold pasta dishes that you can grab if you want to take something into the parks with you, or if you want to take it out to the pool area. So there is a good selection. You can also order pizza from there to take back to your room and order like a whole pizza. One thing that all the Disney resorts do are the refillable resort mugs, which are great value. I think now it's about $28 per mug, and you get that, and you can then use that in the resorts for unlimited refills of tea, coffee, soft drinks, hot chocolate, which is really nice in the winter.
Basically
any fountain.
I'm gesticulating.
I see it's catching. Any fountain drink. And I know when we were there that you had your normal like Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Sprite, Fanta, Gatorade was on tap as well, and tea, cold tea, iced tea, iced tea, was all on the fountains, and you can use that refillable mug, and I think it's like you can refill it every 10 minutes or something like that.
Only for the resort you're in, so don't try and take it to a different resort and use it, because it does work. It
does work in different resorts.
Does it?
Yes.
It never used to.
Yeah, we did, because we took it to when we went to the Polynesian for breakfast.
You took it with us,
and it worked. And it worked over in Wilderness Lodge as well.
Oh, very good.
So yeah, it will work in any resort.
That's Billy asked you, podcast dog. Sorry.
But they don't work in the parks.
No.
So it's only for use in resorts.
And it was fab when the dining plan, please come back, dining plan. You got the refillable mug as part of your dining plan.
Yeah. When we went, because we had booked our room through booking.com, so we didn't have a dining plan or anything. We just paid for the mugs on the first day, and we then used them the whole 5 days we were there.
Yeah, because they work for the duration of your stay.
Yeah.
Regardless of how long it is.
When you move up into the Disney moderate resorts, they also have your counter service. So they have a food court, but they also have a sit-down restaurant as part of their amenities, and most also have a bar or a lounge.
Yep.
So if you're looking at, say, Port of Orleans, you have their food court, they have a sit-down restaurant, and they also have a lounge and a bar area.
Yep.
And in the lounges you can get food. It's where you get your beignets in the Port Orleans. And again, you've got a selection, hot food, breakfast platters, and again, they're open for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I've stayed in the Caribbean beach a couple of times, and the food court there's really good. There's a massive selection of stuff, anything from yellow food for kids that don't like anything else. Your chicken nuggets,
chicken tenders and chips, and I think is it Caribbean Beach? It used to do the build around pasta bowls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their restaurant, which I didn't eat in, is shockingly Caribbean based. They also have a pool bar that does cocktails, mocktails, and snackettes, which is open quite late.
Yeah, the pools are normally open to 11, and the pool bars are open normally till they close.
But the food court offered some really good food.
Yeah,
really good food. You could get a roast dinner. You could get when Emily was small, when we went, she used to have nuggets or tenders and chips, but it didn't come on a plate because we were at the Caribbean beach. It came in a bucket, so she had a bucket and spade. So I've still got about 10 Caribbean beach buckets and spades from the various times that we've been there.
Moving up to your deluxe resorts, so you've got the Grand Floridian, Contemporary, and Polynesian. Not only do obviously they still have their food court, they still have their sit down dining, and they normally have a signature dining as well, which is the most expensive restaurants you will find on site.
But obviously as well got the nicest food,
the best quality.
Yeah.
Obviously Polynesian, you've got Captain Cook's, which is their food court, where you can get your Tonga toast, which is nice. I waited years for that Tonga toast, but I got it in the end. You then have also at the luxury resorts, you'll find a character dining experience as well.
Yeah,
which we will cover later. So yeah, you've got more choice of places to eat with a broader price range. The higher up the Disney resorts you go. At Universal, again, their hotels are tiered, so you've got your value, your moderate, and your deluxe. In their two value resorts, which are the Surfside and Dockside Endless Summer resorts, you have your food courts. Again, massive range, grab and go section. They also sell alcohol in their food courts as well. So if you fancy a sneaky beer, you can grab a bottle of beer to take back to your room or drink wherever. They've also got two pool bars. Dockside has a bigger range within their food court because it's the larger hotel. So if you want a bigger range of food, you've got Dockside. Surfside's a smaller one, it's got the food court. It doesn't have an inside bar at Surfside, but Dockside does.
Yeah.
But they've both got Starbucks. So you've got that option.
But there's plenty of seating at the pool bar at Surfside, so we're going to take full advantage of that one.
Yeah, and the pool bar at Surfside does have a section of seating that isn't next to the pool.
Yeah.
So you can go there without having to go into the pool. Go up in range in Universal. You then get a sit-down restaurant included in the hotel. I know Aventura's got the top of, they've got a rooftop bar, which we are going to go and visit just because we can. We will be like frequenting that one. As you said, they've got a rooftop bar, which is on floor 17, and the views from there look amazing. Again,
Nate, Paige and Mr. Morrow will go up for a drink up there.
Yes, yeah, Nate's been up there.
Yeah, that's what tipped it for us. We're going there.
Yeah, we just want to go and see the views.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's too windy,
we don't care. We're British. We don't mind wind,
rain, bring it on. You then go up to their deluxe resorts, so that's Hard Rock Hotel, Portofino, and Royal Sapphire, which are the three deluxe hotels. Again, they do have a basic food court. They do have the signature dining, and they do have a wider choice of bars. When we stayed at Hard Rock Hotel back when James was little, we did eat a couple of times in their restaurant. I know they do a brunch which has endless mimosas or bottomless mimosas and bottomless Bloody Marys. And we ate at the brunch there, and they had the Homer Simpson came round.
Oh, nice.
It was like one brunch. So yeah, you've got a choice of price points food wise in all the hotels. So even though, say you're staying at a deluxe resort, but you've got little kids and you don't want the signature dining, you do have the choice of using the food courts.
And you can hotel hop for food, can't you?
Yeah, you can always visit a different hotel to experience their food, which we do staying off site. We go and park hop. We'll go and like hotel hop around to experience the offerings, because each hotel has a little bit different depending on the theme of the hotel. You'll get different theming of the restaurant. The Disney hotels in particular, each hotel will have a speciality that is just to their hotels. And there is something called the cupcake crawl, because each hotel will have a signature cupcake, and you can go and experience all the cupcakes, which is Art of Animation especially has very good cupcakes. So hint, cupcakes.
If you like lots of cakes, which you do.
I do like cake. You can't tell, can you?
Whereas I'll have a nibble and go, oh, it's all right. Do you want the rest of my cake?
Yeah. So, cake. And obviously with things like the Tonga toast, you can only get that at the Polynesian. So little things that are special.
Pineapple bread at breakfast.
Pineapple, that's at Ohana's,
which we will cover.
Which we will cover Ohana's, because
might have frequented that rather a lot.
Twice. So yeah, quick service is ideal, especially for breakfast. If you want a quick breakfast before you go into the parks.
I do hot quick service breakfast as well, so you can grab yourself just some bacon and scrambled eggs if you just want something simple.
They do the breakfast platter, which is sausage, bacon, scrambled eggs, and Mickey waffles. So you can just get the Mickey waffles or the pancakes, or you can grab something from the quicks, like grab and go section, which will be your muesli, yogurt, so something quick, something light before you go into the parks. Or you can do a sit down hot breakfast before you go in the parks as well. So something for everyone.
Just really hoping that, because things are sort of becoming more normal. I'm using the Dr. Evil quotes for people that aren't watching the video. That we will have some kind of dining plan, because that is a godsend for Brits going to, particularly to Disney. A universal dining plan still on hold as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
full dining plan.
Coming from the UK, we tend to come for 7, 10, 14 days, sometimes more if you're mad and you have more money than sense. So the dining plan's a godsend, because you obviously pay a flat rate per day and you just get a number of credits. So, and the awesome thing back in the day, so many moons ago, when you bought a holiday, they gifted you a dining plan, depending on what hotel resort you were staying in.
Yeah, if you wanted the level of the dining plan.
And if you were staying in a value resort and you wanted the moderate dining plan, you just paid the difference, which would save ridiculous amounts of money. So fingers crossed, gesticulate again.
I never went out with a dining plan.
No.
I never did it with a dining plan.
Where I've done it twice with a dining plan.
Although one year I had 2 trips booked within a year. So I bought an annual pass for Disney World, and because I had the annual pass, I could buy the Tables in Wonderland card, which I don't even know whether they've brought that back. And that was 20% off all meals, including character dining and everything else. So that really helped cost wise, because we were out there for Christmas and we did a lot of character dining and table service meals. So that was a big thing.
Because the dining, although it's not cheap, but I think depending on what dining you select, some of it is really good value for money and you really get your money's worth. Some of it not quite so good value for money and you're paying for the experience. But I'd say if you're buffeting, save yourself for the buffet.
Yeah, very much.
If you're going for a buffet at lunch, don't eat breakfast. That's just crazy talk.
Yeah, you don't need 2 full meals in one day.
Not the portion sizes that you get in the US for us Brits.
I mean, we did the in 2019 when it was still the Wave. It's now Steakhouse 71. But the Wave at the Contemporary used to do a buffet breakfast, and I think it was under. I think it was about $25 each.
Ooh.
And we did that on our last day. We ate the buffet breakfast there. If you do choose character dining, you are going to pay a premium because it's character dining.
Yeah, most of them are buffets as well, aren't they? Or
yeah, a lot of the character dining buffets or a set menu.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got so many choices for food out there.
Yeah.
And so if you do pick a buffet and you've got young children or picky eaters, there will be something on that buffet.
It's
for
always something for a picky eater.
If you choose, say, the likes of Citricos or Nicosi's, which are signature dining, you are going to pay a premium because it is signature dining.
But you will get Michelin star chefs cooking your food for you.
Yeah.
And stuff made from unicorns' tears because it is only the best.
Now, obviously, if we're talking about table service, we cannot not mention the most expensive restaurant, I think, in Florida. And that is Victoria and Albert's, which is in the Grand Floridian. It is I think it's 8 courses. And you are talking, I think it's just under £400 per person. It's a lot of money. But the food and the experience, because Victoria and Albert's holds, I think it's only like 50 people. I was very lucky. I had a wedding photo shoot at the Grand Floridian, and we did some photos just inside Victoria and Albert's, so I got a sneak peek without having to pay the price tag to get in. But yeah, so it is expensive. But it is a once in a lifetime opportunity to eat the food in there, and the food looks amazing. It does have a dress code, whereas a lot of obviously Disney restaurants don't have dress code because they expect you to come
straight from the
parks. If it's signature dining, they do have a dress code, and it's normally just no shorts,
no flip-flops.
No flip-flops. So although it's a dress code, it's a relaxed dress code.
Yeah.
Victoria and Albert's, on the other hand, does have a very strict dress code. So just be aware of that if you want to treat yourself. Just check dress codes.
Treat yourself. We could eat for a month on that.
We could. Just remember to check if you're booking into signature dining.
Yep, what
check the dress code is.
The other thing to remember, portion sizes.
Yes.
Eyes do not get big. Well, your eyes can be bigger than your belly, but you'll be taking leftovers.
Yeah.
We quite often share. It's that big.
Yeah.
Unless we're buffeting, in which case then it's all pigs to the trough.
Yeah, if you're buffeting. Also, with table service, you can order off the children's menu if you're an adult.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to just order a selection of appetizers for the table, so you can have a little picky thing.
Or you can get 2 starters, appetizers, and 1 main and share with a side of something like extra vegetables.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to make they're really, really adjustable on menus.
Yeah.
Only time you won't be able to do that is if it is a buffet, because you will be charged the adult's price for the buffet regardless.
But you can eat the kids' food on the buffet.
Yeah, you can. So the one buffet that hasn't come back yet, and there's no news of whether it's going to reopen, is 1900 Park Fair at the Grand Floridian. That's one of the
only ones I've never done.
It's my favourite one.
Yeah,
it is my favourite. It used to be a Mary Poppins breakfast and Cinderella for the evening, and they used to have corn dog nuggets on the kids section. So
which are your favourite?
Which are my favourite. So I did used to go to the kids section and get corn dog nuggets to go with the Caesar salad. So yeah. So yeah, just a little hint, if you're going to the buffets, it's wide open for everybody. So if you've got a little one that will only eat, pizza, sweet corn, and take the tots or chips, they have a whole section, and it's actually lower down as well, so they can help themselves. But Adults, it's, you know, you can help yourself off of any of the buffet. Said Universal, the food in, you know, the hotels is really good, and it's cheaper. It is actually cheaper than the Disney hotels. I know at Surfside, an adult meal from their food court is roughly about $10 for an adult. Kids meals coming in between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So it gives you a sort of idea if you were going to stay and eat at the resorts.
And we will be videoing many times when we go there.
Yeah, yeah. There will be a separate food report as well as that might be a bit long.
There'll be many separate food reports. We have to split it up into chunks.
Yeah,
but
the food reports might be a bit long. When you come out of the hotels and you look at the range of food available, it's so vast.
Yeah.
You do have your chains. Obviously, you've got the world's largest McDonald's on International Drive. And for people in the UK, when they walk in and see the menu, they can't believe what they're seeing. They sell pizza, they sell pasta, as well as the burgers and the wraps and the chicken. So
yeah,
a lot more range.
And you get different burgers in the US compared to the UK.
Oh yeah,
breakfast is different. Everything's different. Just if you're a UK person, you've never been to an American McDonald's before, just pretend you've never ever been in a McDonald's before, because it's going to just be different. And don't order the large meal.
Yeah.
Because the small meal is the same size as our large one. So if you go in thinking, oh, I need a large meal, you'll get the biggest bucket of chips you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah, the sizes are very, very different.
Vastly different.
But yeah, you've got the likes of Burger King, McDonald's, KFC. You've got Pizza Hut. Now, Pizza Hut do a sharing box to order out. And I've seen so many people order this, and it looks so good. You get 2 pizzas, and they're square. So you get 2 square pizzas, and I think it's 6 squares to each pizza. So you get 2 of them, and you get garlic bread, and you get another side. And I think it's something like $24. And I've seen families of 6 not be able to finish it. So that's handy hint if you're staying on the International Drive or in the Disney Springs area, or if you've got a villa and you fancy a takeaway one night, Pizza Hut sharing box is the way forward. That's $24 and it will feed a family of 4 easily.
Yeah.
So that's a little hint.
But feed me forever. I only can eat 2 slices of pizza and I'm stuffed.
Yeah. So you've got your normal fast food takeaway restaurants on the International Drive. You then go in and you've got your sit down meals, and you do have your chain restaurants. So you've got Hooters,
best chicken wings in the world,
boneless chicken wings,
which means you can eat
which
them.
means I can eat. And a lot of Mexican food, which is really nice. You've got Bahama Breeze, you've got Olive Garden. Sweet tomatoes is no longer, unfortunately, because that used to be a staple for going and get your veggie intake when you're craving it after 4 days. But yeah, there's so much choice.
There's a ridiculous amount of stuff. There's also other chains, staple American chains like Denny's. Love Denny's.
Denny's, IHOP, Applebee's.
Yeah, all of those.
Denny's. Highly recommend Denny's for breakfast.
Yeah.
If you're staying off site, highly recommend Denny's for breakfast.
Denny's for breakfast. Especially if you're going for a buffet, sort of like late lunch, early dinner. If you have a decent size, even the small kid size breakfast at Denny's is massive. If you have a good Denny's breakfast, you will seriously not need to eat until the afternoon of the dinner time.
Yeah. And keep a lookout for things like they do. I know BJ's Brew House on a Tuesday do half price pizzas, so that can reduce your bill down by a lot.
Is that the place that does the half and half? Which is the place that does the half? You can have half a pizza and half and a side.
That's
like
Blaze Pizza.
Blaze Pizza.
Blaze Pizza.
Is that the one at Disney Springs?
That's at Disney Springs. Yeah.
I remember you sending me a picture.
Yeah, they do what they call 2 for 2. And you get half an 11-inch pizza and then your choice of side with it, and that can be either a salad or half a garlic bread pizza or
pastry thing.
And that's like $12 or $11. So you've got a complete meal there that you could share. it's big enough that 2 of you could share it for lunch or a light meal in the evenings, depending on what you've been up to.
Oh, look at me drinking coffee when we're making
Look
a
at
podcast.
you.
Oh, sorry, that was a dig. Those of you that know will know.
So yeah. So but yeah, keep an eye out for special offers that the restaurants do throughout the week.
Yeah. And usually they have different offers on different days. So if you plan it right, you can go and have a different offer every day at a different restaurant and save yourself.
A lot of restaurants do happy hours as well.
Yeah.
Which is longer than an hour.
Always longer than an
Always
hour.
longer than
Sometimes
an hour.
up to 4 hours, which is crazy.
So if a lot of them will do either a free appetizer, so a free starter, or there'll be, say, an option to get money off wings or something like that.
Get one
Buy
half
one,
price,
get one half price.
all that kind of stuff.
So keep an eye out for them. They're normally between 4 and 7. So if you're used to eating around 5 o'clock,
perfect.
You can go in and get the happy hour discounts.
Yeah.
Also, look out if you are over a certain age. Look out for we're not there yet. We've got a couple of years.
Never been so pleased to be starting to get old.
They do either a senior menu or a senior discount,
which is at 55, not 60.
Yeah, a lot of them start. Some of them do from 50. We are keeping eyes out for those. A lot start at 55, and then some will leave it till 60. So again, they've got either a senior menu, or they will do a discount for being
old.
Yeah. Bonus. I don't care anymore.
No.
Also, if you're in the UK and you buy your tickets through a broker such as attractions.com or another undercover tourist.
I nearly called them the Crazy Frog because of their icon, but yeah.
As part of your ticket package, you may get a Kids Eat Free card, or I think it's called the Dine and Play card.
Yeah, you get a percentage off.
Again, it takes a percentage off your bill, and that could be anywhere between 10 and 20%,
which is basically a tip.
Which is your tip. So yeah, just be aware of what offers are out there. I know CC's Pizza now. CC's Pizza is like a Marmite place for people. You either love it or you hate it. It is a pizza, pasta, salad, and dessert buffet. It is very basic.
Can also be busy and a bit of a free-for-all.
Can get very busy. A lot of locals actually eat there. The first time we ever went to one, we pulled up and we were staying in a villa. We pulled up at CC's Pizza, and there were like 4 police cars parked outside, and I'm like, oh, do we want to go in? And we like peered in the window, and it looked very quiet, because there were 4 police cars full of police officers eating their dinner in CC's Pizza. So that's why they were parked outside. But that again, they do. I think it's something like $9-10.
It's dirt cheap
for your buffet, and they do a deal which, if you buy a drink, you can then get the next buffet for say $3. So lots of deals to be had on iDrive. Also, there is around the malls and around the outlet centres, so they're at the top and bottom of iDrive.
Oh, yeah, because they've both got food courty.
They've both got food courty places. Ford's Garage is a very popular burger restaurant that's down at Vineland Malls, down by Vineland. Yeah. So Ford's Garage down by Vineland, very popular burger place. The actual decor inside is amazing. It's all done.
Does it look like a Ford garage by some perchance?
It does.
Wow.
Yes. But in the bathrooms, the sinks are made out of tyres, and
that's
really
quite cool.
Yeah, it's all really cool. And you also now have Cheesecake Factory down by Violins as well. Now, obviously, Cheesecake Factory is known for its cheesecake, but the actual menu is like a book. It's about 15 pages of food, from chicken parmesan to flatbreads.
Have you read the whole book?
I might have looked a bit.
Just checking.
My favourite pastime is studying menus.
I don't need to do it anymore. I just say, where are we eating? And she'll go, oh, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. We're doing this on this day, this day, this day, this day. Okay.
Yeah. So what we tend to do when we go out is eat a big breakfast, a little snacky thing about 2 o'clock, and then eat when we leave the parks. Because we tend to go out in off season, the parks tend to close early.
Yeah.
So they're closed by 7, 8 o'clock, which means we can go out and just.
And there's no lounging around in the room for us because we get up at the crack of dawn, we hit the park at rope drop, and we're there till they kick us out.
Basically.
Yeah.
And obviously coming from the UK, I think everybody knows that first couple of mornings when you're awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, waiting to be able to get coffee. But there is a tip that if you're on International Drive or outside of the resort areas and you are near a gas station, particularly Wawa's or 7-Eleven, you can get coffee early.
Because they stay open all night, don't they?
Yes. But yeah, so any type of your choice on International Drive is amazing. You now have at Icon Park, you've got the Gordon Ramsay fish and chip bar. From all reports, if you're British, don't step in there. You will be sorely disappointed.
Because, as we said on the last episode, you can't make chips, fish chip chop. Yeah, because
it's not
the same.
No. So, but it is there if you wish to go and try it out.
There's also a ridiculous amount of bars along.
Lots of bars on iDrive.
Lots of bars on iDrive. And if you're a fan of a piano bar, I highly recommend going to Howl at the Moon because it is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Which is near the Hooters end, isn't it?
Yes. So it's the convention end.
Yeah.
Convention centre end of iDrive. You've also got the vodka bar there. Well, the ice bar.
The ice bar, yeah. That's just up the road, isn't it?
Yeah, where it's basically it is a vodka bar, but it's made out of ice. So before you go in, they give you a big furry coat.
You get coat and gloves,
and then you can go and drink in minus 14 degrees.
If you're, I mean, I would die. I don't do the cold, do I?
No, not at all. No, when the sun goes in, that's it.
Yeah, I'm like a lizard. When the sun goes down,
the hoodie goes on.
It's like when we go to SeaWorld and go in anywhere that's cold, like the penguin zone in SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The hat, the gloves.
Yeah. I'm like a Floridian. I'm like a Floridian in the summer.
Yes, it's really true.
There's this funny story. The very first time that we went to Orlando was it late January, early February?
It was the middle of January.
Yeah, middle of January. It was 25 degrees C, 26 degrees C, which is really nice for us. So
that's our summers. That's British summer.
So we're in strappy tops.
We did have jeans on.
We did. Did we have jeans on?
Yeah, because we just got off the plane.
Okay, so we were a strappy top, hoodie around the waist. You know, like, oh, this is warm. I obviously had to put factor 50 on because I get sunburnt from a 50-watt light bulb.
And this was at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. What did that guy say to us?
He said, you British are crazy.
Yeah.
And we're like, why?
He had hat, gloves.
Yeah, big wooden, the big Disney woolen overcoat.
Scarf.
Yeah. And we're like, no, you don't understand. We've just left snow on the ground.
Yeah.
This is like a sauna. It's lovely.
It was brilliant.
So yeah, it's very much a difference in temperature is really nice. Although this year the Floridian winters have been very wet and they have had frost on their cars in the mornings.
Wow.
So yeah, they've been very cold compared to what
it normally is
for them. So yes. So offsite you've got bars, a large array of bars, as we said. Another very good place to eat offsite if you like seafood is Red Lobster.
Ooh, they do steak for people that don't like seafood.
And chicken.
Yeah, but if you like seafood, which I do because I love seafood,
yeah,
Red Lobster's good.
And if you go to Red Lobster, you have to have the cheddar biscuits. Oh, because they are something.
Yeah, something.
Cheddar biscuits.
And because it's a chain, it's really quite reasonable.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, we ate there in 2019, and it, for two of us, and the amount of food we had was unbelievable. And Ben had a seafood platter with crab's legs, and the plate.
We shared between like 6 of us as a sort of like a compliment when we went, and we struggled to finish it. And Ben had it to himself.
Yeah, Ben had it to himself, and he struggled.
Not surprised.
But remember, you can ask for what's left over to go.
Yes, you can ask for a doggy bag.
Yes. And you can bring it home with you. So
and eat it for breakfast. I mean, why would you want to eat crab's legs for breakfast?
I don't know.
Says me that's just eaten a packet of peanut M&Ms for breakfast, but you know, hey ho.
So yeah, don't think that you have to. Even if you're staying in Disney, you can easily get out to International Drive.
Yeah. And if you're staying at Surfside and Dockside,
you are on International Drive.
You're on International Drive, so we can literally walk out the back gate, thanks to Epic Phil for his video on showing us that, and tootle across the road, and as if by magic, we'll be at Denny's.
Yep, we've got Denny's and IHOP within. Yep, and Applebee's within walking distance.
I can recommend an IHOP if you get very wet at fireworks.
Yes, yes, the hot chocolate. Yeah, it's very warming.
Very warming, yeah.
So yeah, and also keep an eye out for any vouchers for offsite dining. Normally you'll find on a Sunday there'll be a copy of the Orlando News, I think it is, or it's normally an Orlando newspaper that comes out on a Sunday. Most hotels will have them by reception. Have a sneaky peek in there because you'll find vouchers for lots of options for dining.
I can't remember which hotel it might have been when we were in the Swolfin, on the Dolphin. But before now, we've had vouchers left outside the door.
Yeah.
For International Drive, where the leaflet people have just sort of wandered in and just vouchered everywhere.
Yeah, just
so that happens too.
Yeah, I mean, Applebee's is really nice. Very similar to, I'd say, it's like a posh Wetherspoons.
That's not hard.
But without the 2-mile trek to the toilets.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of choices everywhere. I would say is family friendly as well, which is really good. Even I know Hooters has got a reputation, shall we say, but it's family friendly. It's so yeah. There's no thing of not taking kids anywhere.
We've been in Hooters before, and there's been families with their kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So one place that looks really good, but is on, for what it is, I'd say it's expensive, but again, you're paying for the experience, and that is the Sugar Factory. I want to go.
Oh my god! I might actually. Get sugar overload. I get sugar overload on half a packet of Jelly Babies. So
Mawams.
Yeah. You're right. It does. It looks like your teeth would cry.
Yeah.
Just watching the video.
It does look amazing, but it's like it's expensive for what it is. So, but again, there is something for every.
Me, I'm getting the dog. To stop that from barking. There we go.
But yeah, something for every budget. And like most things, you can make the holiday as expensive or as inexpensive as you wish.
Yeah.
And don't feel that you have to go out to eat. You can order in. There is Uber Eats out there, so you can get stuff delivered to your hotel if you don't want to order. Yeah. If you're in a hotel and you don't want to eat from the food courts, you can use Uber Eats. And again, they do vouchers quite a lot on Uber Eats. If you have a villa, you then also have the option of eating in the villa and making your own food up. You do have a vast choice of supermarkets. So you've got Walmart, you've got Aldi, you've got Publix, and you've got Target. Aldi is Aldi. Right.
So they're the same the world over.
Same the world over. Walmart is your like Asda type. Publix is more expensive, so you're looking like your Sainsbury's, M&S type budget. But the choices in there is unbelievable, especially snack wise, and and their fresh fruit and veg is, I mean, like a peach. I was watching someone's blog. I can't remember who it is. I'm so sorry. But they picked up a peach and it like filled their hand. I know when we went over, Ben was amazed by the size of the avocados.
I know they're massive.
They were like 4 times the size
like
of the avocados
size
you
compared
get here.
to ours, yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, you can, you know, if you're in a villa, you've then got the choice of cooking for yourself,
yeah,
as well. Which, if you have got little ones, you know, is maybe easier. Plus, then you can take food into the parks. I know there is a very big myth that you can't take food in. You can take food in, but not to the point of you're got one of these massive
coolers,
ice boxes.
No.
But they're not going to stop you taking in snacks and sandwiches in a backpack.
Yeah.
You know, it's just within reason.
And don't be rude and go and sit in the corner of a lounge area or something and eat your sandwiches. There's plenty of designated eating areas for your own food.
There's plenty of like quiet areas
with chairs
that you can go and eat.
Discoveryland, for instance, in there's a whole seating area away from, I think it's outside Cosmic Rays, along the side of, is it Autotopia that's there? There's a whole bunch of seating areas that you can go and eat a picnic. Loads of families go and eat a picnic there. There's places that you can sit down on grass. There's loads of places in the animal kingdom. There's loads of places, little nooks and crannies at Universal as well, that you can go and squirrel yourself away and snaffle your snacks.
I mean, Universal's got some lovely seating areas overlooking the lake. That you can go, even if you've bought food like within the park itself, you just want somewhere quiet to eat it.
SeaWorld. We haven't mentioned SeaWorld very much, but SeaWorld's the same. Because neither of us have ever stayed at a SeaWorld hotel, have we?
No.
So we can't comment on the food there. But knowing what the SeaWorld food is, it's going to be pretty much the same, I would imagine, as the. Maybe we should go for a mooch when we go to SeaWorld for the day.
We will.
Because the SeaWorld hotels are literally other side of the car park.
I think they're run by Hilton.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're the Hilton.
Admittedly, it's a very big car park.
It is a big car park.
But you can walk there. Yeah, so we'll go check out the SeaWorld food, the SeaWorld hotel food while we're over there next year as well.
But said it's, you know, lots of variety, something for everyone.
For every budget as well.
And for every budget. So don't be afraid if you're staying off-site that you're going to miss out, because you can always go into a hotel and order from their restaurants or from their counter service. You know, it's not just you have to be staying there to try the food. So if you do see something on someone's blog that perks interest, just go and have a look in the hotels. You know, it's nice to be able to walk around them anyway, especially these Disney ones, because the theming of them is lovely. So always go and have a mooch for yourself. The only thing you can't use if you're not a resident hotel is the pools. That's the only thing you can't use. And obviously the gyms, if the hotel has a gym, that's residents only, because you need your room key to get in. But you can always go and have a look in the shops. You can always go and have a look at, you know, order from the bars or order from the restaurants. So don't feel you can't do that.
And if you're staying on site or you don't have a car, don't feel you can't get up International Drive, because there's the Lynx bus, the $2 bus, which is amazing. And there's the iTrolley, the little tram trolley bus that goes up and down with the smiley face on, which you can buy a weekly ticket for.
I think it's $16 now.
Yeah.
For a weekly ticket.
Is that about $2 a ride as well?
Yeah, it's the same $2 a ride. Yeah, if you're staying at a Disney resort and you want to get up to International Drive, the easiest way is to get to Disney Springs or the Ticket and Transport Centre. So you've got the option of either. You then pick up the Lynx bus, which will take you up to International Drive by SeaWorld. It drops you off on the corner of SeaWorld and International Drive. It's then you can either just take a nice gentle poodle or walk, British terms, nice gentle poodle down International Drive, or you could, on International Drive, you then got the iTrolley, which goes just up and down International Drive.
Yeah, and it literally goes from one end to the other. So you can get on at one end and go all the way to the mall at the other end, and then hop off and wander in between. So you can jump off at Icon Park or jump off
at Point Orlando. You've got the options there. It's also very good if you want to go to the outlets, and if you're staying at Disney. I mean, we just caught Ubers. I was like,
lazy.
Yeah, I know. We just caught Ubers. We stayed at All Star Music, and we just caught Ubers. And we went obviously onto iDrive and went to the outlets, and I don't think either Uber was over $10. So it was convenient. It was quick and convenient because we were only there for 5 days, so we were limited with time. It was, we'll just catch an Uber, and I don't think we waited more than 10 minutes at any time.
Everything on International Drive stays open late as well, doesn't it? Even the outlets stay open late. So if
the outlets are open. I think outlets open at 10, and they're open until either 10 or 11 at night, depending on day of the week. So plenty of time for shopping. Lots of shopping. Just check timings. So don't forget to check for your discount vouchers. If you are going to use the iRide trolley, they have a little leaflet in there, and they contain vouchers for restaurants on iDrive. So don't forget for your vouchers. Don't forget to check for special offers that the restaurants hold themselves. Also, just a quick tip, check whether the restaurant actually has a club you can join.
Which most of them do now.
Not as much as before the pandemic, but it's starting to pick up again. If you join their email club about 2 weeks before you go out, they'll send you a welcome voucher for some money off, or free stack of pancakes, or free chips and salsa. I know some of them do. So if you don't want to clog your normal email up, create an email just for Florida restaurants and Florida shops, and then you can just get this discount vouchers sent to that email. Some of the vouchers will be time specific, so it may be that they're only available for, say, 2 weeks from when they send them to you. So do it about a week to 10 days before you arrive, and you've then got them vouchers there. So just another little tip to save a bit of money. So look out for your vouchers, sign up for your emails, look out for special offers that the restaurants run. If you're on site, just make the most of your counter service, your counter service, your food courts, and just enjoy your holiday. So that is part 1B to done, and we'll be back with part 3,
which is food festivals, which is something that's very close to both of our hearts.
Yes,
because that's what we'll be doing when we go on our next break.
We have 3 food festivals when we're away.
And another point of order, which we may have to mention, is that Sam's already started looking into us going to California before we've even finished planning going to Orlando.
Yeah.
So neither of us have been to California to Disney.
It was another late night conversation.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was another late night conversation with the fact of I think we need to go to California, because California has the Marvel Avengers area, which will never be in Florida because of the Disney Universal agreement.
And we're refusing to go to Paris currently because it's too busy, too expensive, too restricted.
We can do a week in Florida for the price of 4 days in Paris.
Yeah.
So it's like, and we'll also Super Nintendo World opening at Universal Hollywood,
and they've still got the Jaws ride,
which is what tipped Sharon over the edge.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we can plan that. We'll obviously do Florida next year, and then we'll look at saving up and going to California.
Because if we're going to do it, we're not doing it on the cheap. We will do it on the cheap.
We'll do it on the cheap,
but we'll do it properly on the cheap.
But it was okay. So if we're going over there, obviously we want to do Disneyland and Universal Hollywood. Obviously, everything is a lot more spread out than in Florida. So it's an hour and a half journey between Disneyland and Universal in California.
But we also want to go to SeaWorld.
But then we also want to go SeaWorld, which is in San Diego.
Which is also close to San Diego Zoo. And you can't go to San Diego without going to the zoo.
So we are looking at a 3 3-stay trip to California, which will be San Diego, Anaheim, and Hollywood, and taking in SeaWorld, San Diego Zoo, then Disneyland, and then Universal, Hollywood, and one studio tour, whether that be Warner Brothers or Paramount. I think it's the two different. And we will be going by train. We will be flying to San Diego, then using Amtrak to get from San Diego to Anaheim, and then Amtrak again to get from Anaheim to Hollywood.
And then flying home via LA.
And then flying home. So we'll be doing 2 different airports, 2 trains, and
that'll be a trip report and a half, won't it?
It will be interesting, is all I can say. Yeah. So we are already planning the next trip before we've even been on this trip, and we've got 11 months till this trip. So like to keep them stacked up. Yes. So next time we will be covering
food festivals.
We'll be covering food festivals, and that covers all 3 Orlando parks. So obviously Disney World, or Epcot in Disney World, has the major food festivals throughout the year.
Is it 4, isn't it? Yeah.
It has.
They're there. Look on the screen next to you.
I can't see. Yes, it has 4. I haven't got my glasses on. I can't see. What I do about. So obviously Epcot has the 4 major food festivals. For Disney World, Universal has 3 food type festivals, but they're associated with the holidays and Mardi Gras and Halloween. SeaWorld has its own food festivals that covers like the Festival of the 7 Seas, which is their major one. You then have the Craft Beer Festival and their holiday festivals within the holiday festivals for Halloween.
And this year they're having a music festival in May, which is randomised to get more food out.
Yes. So lots of options with food festivals, which we will be talking about next time. So if you've enjoyed our ramblings and can understand us, don't forget to do the YouTubey things and press like on this video, which will help other people find us. Click subscribe if you want to be made aware when we go next, and ring that bell for notifications.
Ding-a-ling. I feel like we need a bell so I can go ding 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 when you do that. Might have to do that for next time.
To get a bell.
I have got a bell.
Ben's got a hooter. My stomach rumbling.
Yeah. It's all the bloody food.
It is. It's all the food talk. I need food now. Right. So join us again next time when we're doing part 3 of Orlando Food. See you then soon.
Bye for now.